The Tampa Bay Lightning are back on the ice. Preseason hockey is underway right now. And great news, Big Rig is also back. Well, sort of. The Bolts hired Pat Maroon as an alumni relations brand ambassador. And he's joining us now to tell us what this means for him and to talk about the new season. So welcome to the show. How you doing?
Good, Janelle. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to have you here. What an honor.
I mean, it's great to be back. It's obviously, I've been doing a lot of these, so I'm getting used to them now, but
it takes some getting used to, right?
Yeah,
this isn't really your role because you had that amazing run with the Lightning that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But first, let's start with this new role. What does it mean to you, and what exactly will you be doing?
Well, I think coming back here, playing here for 4 years, and our family loved it so much, and the job opportunity came to me, and I just couldn't turn it down. I think what Jeff Vinik done and the Tampa Bay Lightning have done, what they do in the community, and we get to see it kind of firsthand as players, and we don't get to do as much as players because we're so busy, but we do as much as we can. I thought giving back to the community, giving back to the Tampa organization, and being a part of something that's really special, but learning from what they do behind the scenes, and really looking forward to it. You know, I'm doing broadcasting on TV. I'm doing a lot of boys and girls community stuff for hockey.
Yeah.
A lot of corporate sponsor stuff, and doing community stuff and doing stuff like this. So it's a lot of fun for me right now, and I'm really enjoying my time doing it.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the youth hockey. So what's that like, getting to inspire, young players that have dreams of becoming like you one day?
No, it's exciting for me because, I was once in their shoes before, right?
Yeah.
And back in the day when the Blues players used to come by and come to one of our skates or practices, it was just really fun to hear their knowledge, but also have their presence just around, right? And I think that's what our goal is as an alumni association, and if it's not just me, it's other alumni that are working for the Lightning to just go in there and give our inspiration and our path and how we got to the NHL. And I think that's giving back to kids that have a dream to play one day, maybe for the Lightning or any other team or their favorite team. So those moments are fun for me because just to see the smile on the kids' face, the boys and girls, is just really amazing.
Yeah, well, when you were that age, did you think that one day you would win the national championship, not once, but 3 times?
No, I did not. And I think, I didn't even think I was going to play in the NHL. Let's just be real here. I think for me, the ironic thing is I got to go play in St. Louis and win a Stanley Cup in my hometown, and my dad was a season ticket holder. So if I could have drawn that up in grade school and someone would have said, here's $1,000, you're going to go do this, then I would have signed up for it. But I had no idea. So winning in my hometown was probably one of the most highlights of my career.
Yeah.
Getting to put a Blue Note jersey on and have my family and friends there every single night. But then I got to come here and win 2 Stanley Cups with the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is a lot of fun. I didn't realize coming in here what a big hockey town this town is in Tampa Bay area. And it was truly remarkable. We were in tough times, but bringing that Stanley Cup home off that plane to a boat ride to seeing everyone out, it felt like the community came back together and everyone come together in that moment. So it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this season. What's it like, watching the team now? What are your thoughts?
It's weird.
It's weird, right?
I feel like I should still be playing, but honestly I can't. But I think, I was just talking to someone walking in here. It feels weird because you're going to the rink and you're watching most of your best friends going through training camp, and you're like, God, I miss going through the trenches with these guys, and I miss being out there and going through the hard work. And they're a good team. Obviously, we all know they have their key guys coming back this year with the Kucherovs and the Points and Gensel and Hagel, Cirelli. I mean, Paul, now McDonough and Hedman. I mean, they have a lot of good pieces. We've got some good free agents as Holmberg. So I think with that, I don't know. It's just their window's open. We don't know what Julian Breezewell. He finds ways to get trade deadline moves coming in. So their window is still open to win a Stanley Cup. But they got to get through the Florida team it's been in their way for the last 3 years. So
I know it's tough, right? Well, it's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right?
Exactly. And I think with that, they went on a 3-year Stanley Cup final run. They won 2. We lost in the finals. It's hard. It's hard to get back to where you want to go every single year.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it's hard to kind of watch, the players on the ice right now. So you retired just this past summer from the Blackhawks. How hard is it to make, that decision?
It's hard because this is all I've known for my whole life is putting skates on every day, going on the ice, and living out my childhood dream. I was still a kid. Every time I hopped over the boards to go touch the ice, I was still smiling and having so much fun because literally that's all I knew. But it was a decision that I needed to make. I was getting older in the NHL world, and I felt like my injuries were kind of creeping up to me. And one day I want to be able to bend over and hold my kids. So it was a moment where we felt comfortable with me and my family that it was time for me to move on. It's hard, moving at this point. And when you get older, you get 1-year deals, so you're moving city to city.
Right.
Family has to go. So there's a lot more that goes into hockey that a lot of people don't realize behind the scenes. But it was a moment that maybe had to be done. And but I won't take anything for granted. I mean, I had a great run, and I was very happy with my career, and it turned out as the best I ever imagined. So I was really, really blessed to be obviously NHL player for such a long time.
Yeah, well, your career isn't completely over. You're still here with the team, with the Lightning, getting to do some fun stuff. Is there anything that you're really looking forward to as an ambassador that you'll get to do this year that you didn't get to do as a player?
Well, I think just like we touched on, I think just going into the community and meeting new people and going in corporate sponsor meetings and learning behind the scenes and what they do. And really looking forward to broadcasting, I think, because I get to see familiar faces I played with, guys I played against. So get to be beside them all year. But I think the one thing I'm really going to enjoy is going into the community. I think as players, we don't give back as much as possible during our playing careers. So it's my time to give back to such a great area of Tampa Bay. And Jeff Vinnick and the Sports Vinnick Group has done a really good job of doing that, and really looking forward to obviously being a part of that.
Yeah, well, we are so glad that you're back here with us. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Really
I appreciate
it. And you can head to the Lightning's website to get your tickets to the games. There it is right there on your screen.